All right, so what we're going to do today is just some practice with forming ionic compounds. What I would like you guys to do first, let me pull up the actual worksheet I want you to do. Let me share that with everybody that's watching at home. Here we go. I want you to match the name of the compound with the actual ionic compound, okay? I'll give you about 2 minutes to do this. All you're doing is matching. That's it. Some may be used more than once. Some may not be used at all. So just do some matching. Let me zoom in here, try to make it a little easier for you guys to read. What did I just say? I just said some of them may be used more than once. Some may not be used at all. Another minute or so. All right. I bet you guys can name most of these without even the list on the right. Let's look at that first. What is NH4? Ammonium. What is I? Iodide. Ammonium iodide. That looks like that would be D. One is D. What is Fe? Iron. Okay, now listen up on this one. This is going to be important. What is F? Fluoride. What is the charge of a fluoride ion? -1. How many fluorides are there? So what is -1 plus -1? Correct. How many irons are there? There's only one iron. What must the charge of that one iron be to be able to cancel out the two fluorides? And what did I tell you that you do with the D block metals? You have to use Roman numerals. So what kind of iron is that? 1, 2, or 3? That's iron 2. Correct. That would be A. Okay. What is Mg? Magnesium. What is NO3? Why is it NO3 2? What is the charge of a magnesium? +2. What is the charge of just one nitrate? -1. So how many nitrates do you need to balance it out? You need 2. So that should be magnesium nitrate. That looks like that would be F. All right. What is K? What is H? What is SO4? Potassium hydrogen sulfate. What is the charge of a sulfate? -2. What is the charge of a potassium? +1. What's the charge of a hydrogen? You see why you need, what's +1 plus +1? +2. Will that cancel out a -2? Yes. Potassium hydrogen sulfate, that looks like that would be E. All right, what is NH4? That's ammonium. Now, ClO4 is one that you did not have to memorize for this class, so I'll give it to you. That is called perchlorate. If you want to use the process of elimination, which is something I encourage all of you to use, what are the only options that have ammonium in the front? Because you know NH4 is ammonium. You have option D has ammonium, option I has ammonium, and option G has ammonium. So use the process of elimination. Is ClO4 iodide? No, that would just be I. Is ClO4 chloride? No, that would be just Cl. So the only one left is perchlorate, and that would be the correct answer. Never forget the process of elimination. That always helps. Okay, look at number 6. You have aluminum. What is the charge of 1 aluminum? +3. ClO is another polyatomic ion that you did not have to memorize. It is called hypochlorate. Because you need 3 of them, what can you determine the charge of just 1 ClO is? -1. So that's why you need 3 hypochlorates to make or to balance out 1 aluminum. Now, even if I did not give you the list, use a process of elimination. C has aluminum in front. That's the only one. So that would be the answer, C. Yes, Nicole. Remember that they're not, these are behaving differently. We talked about this. With polyatomic ions, they all behave as one. It's just those little exceptions where together they form one unit that ultimately is neutral, or excuse me, it's stable, but it still has a charge. They're just exceptions to the rules. And then the last one, NaBrO3. You did not have to memorize BrO3, but what is Na? Sodium. You only have 2 that have sodium in it. Option B and option H. Bromate versus bromide. What is bromide? No, that's boron. Br with a -1 charge. Is that Br with a -1 charge right there? No, so the other option would be bromate. That would be B. So the correct answer sequence should be D, A, F, E, G, C, B. Are there any questions? Okay. That's your first practice. Let's do another practice. I want you to form the correct formula with the ions in the circles. Let's do these 4. You got scandium and chlorine, rubidium and cesium, or selenium, cesium and iodine, and magnesium and oxygen. You may need to use your periodic table. It should all be about looking at the periodic table and finding their location. You need to make the correct formula. Yes. Where's scandium? That will be +2. When in doubt, assume it's +2. You guys are making the correct formula, which means you need to get the right ratios. The whole goal is to cancel out the charges. Today is all about practice. Weather permitting, you have a test on Friday. One more minute. You want to make them the proper ratio to where they cancel each other out. That's the goal. You guys getting 10 points participation today just by being here and doing this. All right, Derek. What did I tell you the charge of scandium should be by default?
2.
Okay. So that's, wait, positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, there you go. What is the charge of chloride?
-1.
That is right. So what will the formula be in order for them to balance each other out?
SCCl2.
That is correct. SCCl2. Max, what is the ionic charge of a rubidium ion?
-1.
No.
Or positive 1?
Positive or negative, Max? Final answer. Which one?
Positive.
Correct. What about selenium?
-2.
Very good. So in what ratio will they balance each other out?
RB2SE.
Very good. 2 rubidiums, 1 selenium. Carson, dye. We have magnesium, we have oxygen. What is the ionic charge of a magnesium ion?
+2.
And oxide?
-2.
And what ratio will they balance out?
1:1. So it's MgO.
Very good. And let's go to Scout. Cesium and iodide. What is cesium's charge? And iodide? Okay. What is their formula? Okay. Guys, what would SCCl2 be called? What's the name? Don't be shy. You know this. Scandium chloride. How about Rb2Se? Rubidium selenide. What about MgO? Magnesium oxide. There you go. Build that confidence. You get better at it. CSI. Cesium iodide. All right. Do these next 3. Strontium, iodine, lithium, sulfur, aluminum, oxygen. Same strategy. Yes, Carl.
How do you get like what the default is?
If you don't know, go with +2. So just with scandium, just do +2. The other ones you'll be told. You'll be told in one way or another. But things like scandium, just say it's +2. All right. Nick, help us out with strontium and iodine. What is the charge of strontium?
It's +2.
Yep. How about iodine?
-1.
Yep. What's their formula?
SrR2.
What is the name of this compound?
Strontium iodide.
Strontium iodide. Carson Cheeseman, what is the charge of lithium?
+1.
Correct. How about sulfur?
-2.
What is their formula?
L2.
Okay. What is the Name of this compound.
Lithium sulfide.
Lithium sulfide. Okay, let's go to David. What is Al's charge? Aluminum.
+3.
What is fluoride?
Fluoride's -1.
What is their formula?
AOF3.
What is the name of this compound?
Aluminum fluoride.
Very good. All right. Let's see if we have any time for our last one I want you guys to look at. No, we don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. We don't have enough time for any of this. All right, we're going to call it a day. Bell rings soon.